Hello, and welcome to episode 14 of the Senioritis podcast. I'm Matthew Lyons. With me is Mr. Joe Beaver, Mr. Aaron Johnson, and Mr. Derek Tirrell. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing good. I had a peanut butter rice cake. Peanut butter is
Classic.
something I can never get sick of. I don't know about you guys.
Absolutely. Especially on rice cakes. I mean, it's healthy, it tastes great, it's energizing. Perfect way to start the day.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
freaking godsend.
I'm doing well. Pretty excited to have tomorrow as our last day of school for the week.
Yeah.
Worked super hard. Since we don't have class Friday, we only saw our 5 through 7 once, so I was able to get like all my work done for those classes. And then I think there's some other classes that I finished for the week. Like man, I know like for computer science, we had that one assignment for the week, and like so I'm in a really good spot with my schoolwork. And I think I finished most of it for the week. So it's that's exciting. And work has been great recently. This week I've had like a ton of energy at work, and I've been super excited about going to work this week. And it's been less of like a chore, and I've been really enjoying it this week, as I do most weeks. But this week, for whatever reason, more than others, I'm having a good week of work. So let's keep it up tonight. But Joe, how are you doing?
Well, stuck in quarantine, but yeah, it is what it is. Haven't really done too much. Like, just been
The
hanging
double
around the
quarantine,
house.
Joe?
What?
The back-to-back quarantine?
Yeah, so like as soon as I was about to leave, right back in. So kind of tough, but it is what it is.
I mean, that's a good attitude. I feel like a lot of people that have been like, forced to quarantine have kind of been like, you know what, like, let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's good.
Yep.
I don't know about you guys.
Vaccines are still rolling out. My mom got her second dose today, or yesterday rather. She said she's pretty sore from it. But
Mm.
Do you guys think it's going to come with long-term effects, or do you guys think it's?
if it does, we all will have it. Oh, it's not gonna.
Personally, I don't know. I feel like just like we were talking about in biology, it doesn't seem like it could have any sort of long term. But then I saw some people talking about like for women, it could give them like birth something like disorder there. I don't know if it's true. I mean, obviously, there's no way to tell yet.
Hmm.
But
Right, because we'd have to wait till like someone gets the vaccine and like gets pregnant after they have the vaccine, and then like wait another 9 months till like the child's born, and then find out.
yeah,
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a sucker for some good advertisements. I feel like a lot of the things I buy, like my Dr. Squatch soap, came from a great advertisement. Are you guys like me? Like, if you get a good advertisement, will you buy it, or you kind of just like scroll over them?
I like will consider it, but usually I'm like, nah, this is probably gonna like rip me off. And anything that has a good advertisement like that's usually like jacked up prices from like your normal soap, for instance. So
Hmm.
not so much.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Derek. Like, I always make a note of it. Like, oh wow, that was great advertising. Like, props to you.
Yeah.
And like, but I usually, because I'm like, when I buy something, I do like a lot of research on it because
hmm
I'm cheap with my money, and so I never like just see something and say like, oh, that's great, and just buy it. So, but I usually keep it in mind.
I mean, for me, it's like usually I don't buy stuff, but like Matt said, like I still remember when Reddit had like the 5 second ad during the Super Bowl. It was only 5 seconds, right? And then people like took pictures of it and put it on Twitter. Like that was like smart advertisement because it cost them like less money, and then a bunch of people saw it still. I thought that was kind of like cool, but I've never like bought anything because of good advertisement.
Actually, that's a good point. Have you guys? So none of you guys have bought anything off advertisements. Just be like, you've seen an advertisement, you haven't bought it, or
No,
have you
like
guys bought it before?
not just because of the advertisement. And yeah, no. I don't think I've ever been like, especially some of the stuff they advertise, like like the like kitchen tools or whatever, like buy one get one free. Like no, or like all like the packages. No, I've never like seen something on TV or on like an ad on my phone and been like, oh, I like am definitely going to buy that. I've definitely like considered it like, oh, that's a good product, but then I think I go to look at like the price and it's like super overpriced, or just like, do I really need this? So not so much. I feel like that's different from like something you're already gonna buy and then you just happen to see like an ad for it on the TV, you know? Like, let's say I go to the 99 restaurant and I see like a ad for the 99 restaurant. I'm not going there because of the ad, but you know.
Okay. I guess I'm the only one in this boat. I mean, I gotta say, I saw a Dr. Squatch ad, like checked it out, did my research. Actually, I didn't buy it myself. I asked for it for Christmas because it looked cool. And then I got it, and it is amazing. It smells so good. And I gotta say, it was worth the money from the advertisement. It's like, I think it's like $4 or $5 a bar, which I don't know if I don't really buy too much. That was my first bar soap I've ever bought. I've only bought like the Old Spice, like squeeze one. But yeah, I gotta say, man, Dr. Squatch is definitely worth it.
I want to let the audience know that one time, like I've known about this for a while. Aaron, he mentions it a lot because he likes the product. And one day he sent me a link. It says get a free box of Dr. Squatch, like Sasquatch. Squatch. Gotcha. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'll try it. And I clicked on it, and it made me create an account, fill out all this information. And then at the end, it says, okay, purchase your 2 boxes and then get the 1 free. I'm like, what is this? This is ridiculous. So you tried to trick me into getting 2 boxes.
I mean, I don't know, man. It said send it to your friend for referral code, so I did.
Thanks.
No. All right, then I guess I'll segue into the next one. So we're seniors. So we've gone through 4 years of school. We've done like all sorts of classes. I don't know about you guys, but when I take my electives, I try to diversify, except art because I suck at it. But I try to make sure like I got a good mix in there. What has been your most fulfilling class and your most like memorable, like I'm so happy I took this class?
Great question.
Yeah. So for me, I'll go first and let you guys think.
Go ahead.
It was definitely freshman year exploring computer science. I know I hammer this a lot that like I really like found computer science like on accident, but like coming into high school, I thought like computer science was for nerds. I thought I would never be able to do it. I thought it was like too hard. And then I got there and it was so much fun to do so much like monotonous work. Like I remember we had to do a project, just like building an accounting algorithm. And like you guys might think that's miserable, but like I had such a fun time like coding it. So it really introduced me to all aspects of it, and it set me on this path that is just taking me to the moon. But yeah, I would say exploring computer science, Mr. J. Kumar. Thank you very much.
Cool. So when it comes to electives, I really enjoyed last year. Miss Flommer's, it was a journalism and media production class. That class was really great. Miss Flommer did a great job running it, and she was telling us that like with the media production side of it, she was kind of like learning with us. So like she would let she let me like lead one of the projects, and she let like Camp Kearney lead one of the projects, and like she was very like flexible with it, and we got to like choose what we wanted to do for our assignments sometimes. She let us like work with like the studio a lot and do a lot of stuff like there, and I got to really like help teach the class in some ways and help like introduce like media production, which I've already been like doing, to other people. And then I also got to like do fun projects and like expand on it myself, and like that's how like Coffee with Cam started and like stuff like that. So I really enjoyed the freedom that class gave, and the choices we had. And so that's definitely like my favorite elective I took. And when it comes to like a core class, I'm really glad I took AP US history last year. I got a lot from that class, just a lot of things that like, you should know as an American, and then, learning those things. So that way I feel like I have like a better sense, and I don't feel as much of one of like the like stupid Gen Z kids that don't know anything about their country's history. So I really appreciated that. And then also Mr. Scott's a great teacher, and I really got to have like a good like student teacher relationship with him. And his projects were amazing. Even during COVID, he let us have like mental health weeks where one of our assignments was to just like watch a movie with like a partner and talk about it. And it was super cool. So that would be like the core class that's on an elective that I'm really glad I took. So those two.
Yeah. I signed up for the journalism and media production class. Didn't get it. I was kind of bummed out about that, but it seemed like a really interesting class. And I mean, we were in the same AP US history class, and that was a great class. And Mr. Scott was a great teacher. And one thing that he did that was kind of like unique was he always like told us how it was. Like if he like, in terms of like, for example, like the AP test, he was saying like, they're going to try and trick you. Like, don't worry about it. Like, it's just what they do. Like the way he like spoke to us, he spoke to us as like fellow adults, even though we weren't really. And like he gave us like a lot of good life advice too. But for me, I think elective wise, digital art and photography, because that was the first elective I took. Derek and I, we were in the same class, right?
Yeah, I love that class. That was definitely like number 2 for me. Definitely like honorable mentions. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I learned a lot about photography. I learned how to do Photoshop. I think that kind of transferred to my skills with Premiere Pro for editing. I got to know Miss Poirier, and I feel like that kind of having like on the whiteboard film club, like that advertisement, I feel like that kind of like piqued our interest a little bit. We were able to see like, oh, there's a film club. And I mean, it was just a fun class, and not to go on for too long, but this year with Mind, Body, Spirit, I took that class as kind of like, oh, that's an easy class. And I mean, it was an easy class, but I mean, I actually learned a lot and a lot of useful like skills. I mean, we did a lot of meditation, and it was like I actually use it now every once in a while. And that was a great introduction to kind of learning about the body, not in terms of like a biological way, but like a spiritual way. And that was a great class. I'm glad I took that one.
Yeah, I agree. I took both the classes you said, and I enjoyed them both a ton. Going off what you said about like the digital art and photography class, like I feel like I also learned some of like my essential camera work that I would go and use in like film production and like TV production, because like, we were learning rule of thirds, leading lines, like all that type of stuff that like you'll also use in video. So that was definitely really helpful. And yeah, getting to know Miss Poirier was awesome because the film club was such a fun program.
Yeah, for me, I think like, I don't know, like the best elective was probably like psychology. I had a lot of fun in that class. Learned some cool, like weird things about people and things like that. And then for like regular class, I think probably this year, AP Bio, like I feel like I've just learned so much about like how things work, like in our body, and just like so many systems that like life has in place. It's just kind of weird, like how they all work together to make life. So.
All right.
Cool. That was a great question, Aaron.
Yeah, I think, I hate to come back to the topic so much, but like, since our audience is mostly like either younger kids or parents, I mean, it's definitely good to know what classes they're kind of getting into and what classes we think are the best. And for me, I just try it all. I mean, I wouldn't get in that one bubble, like doing just art electives or just like computer science electives. Like definitely try to diversify the profile.
And another one that just came to my head is I'm taking guitar this semester, and it's a great course for beginners, and you can go pretty much at like your own pace. Like we have like playing assessments, but basically like you could play like all whole notes and go like slow with it, which is what I do, or you could like go faster if like you're comfortable with that. So that's like been a great class for beginners. Mr. Shannon does such a good job making it fun and not making it like a chore to learn the instrument. So there's so many. I could go on about like almost every elective I've taken. Miss Howell has some good ones in the business side of things too. So
Derek, real quick, could you like break down like how guitar class works?
yeah.
Just like
So
kind of day to day.
yeah. So guitar class, it is for beginners. So like towards the beginning, we would learn like I feel like the strings. So we do like one or two like a day and like just kind of like practice some like exercises with the strings. And then once we like finished all the strings, we did some chords, and then we've done like tab as well. And tab's been super fun because it's easier to read and you can do some like cool riffs with it and stuff. So day to day, we kind of go in there, we tune our guitars, we'll kind of work on like whatever we're working on at the time. And then whether that be like going up and down on the strings, or like we did like the 3-string rock as one of like our assessments. And then I'd say like every like 2 to 3 weeks, we'd have like a playing assessment. But like I said, it's based off like your own skill, and it's like the pace that you want to go. You don't have to like rush it. You just got to be like consistent and try and hit all the notes. And then, yeah, like sometimes we do like listening activities where like some of the students can pick like a song that has like things we've been working on in it, and then like we'll listen to it. It's been a great class. I've enjoyed it a ton. I have it period 4 too, so it's at the end of my day on Mondays. It's super nice. And Mr. Shannon does a great job of just keeping it like laid back and like fun. So
yeah. Awesome.
That's the one thing I wish I stuck with, but I just don't have the patience for. I would need like a class like in order to like really get me motivated towards it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad I have like the class that I can go to and just sit down and have an hour and a half to just like work on it. So
yeah. I got lost in it. I got to say, I got overwhelmed and then frustrated and then just dropped it.
Yeah, but that's the nice thing about this course is it really takes it slow, string by string, and then like you kind of get used to it. And then once you hit tab, it's like you can see progress and you can play a riff. I can play the Mission Impossible riff, I Am Iron Man, all because of like tab, and it's nice. So it's super fun. I've been loving it.
Yeah. So I know you guys have been keeping up with a lot of the like the media and like the things that HBO and all these companies are doing when it comes to kind of franchising these like one-off series. Like Star Wars is getting like 8-10 series, I think. Game of Thrones is getting like, I think 8 spinoffs. Avatar: The Last Airbender is getting spinoffs. What is a one-off show that you want to see get spinoffs and like turn into like a real like franchise?
I love this question. I need to think about it.
And I won't go first this time, so someone take it away.
Eric, did you see the link that I sent you about Game of Thrones on Broadway?
Funny thing is, I did not.
Okay, so they're adapting Game of Thrones as a Broadway show. Just figured I'd put that out there because that seems insane and amazing at the same time.
Who's taking this one way?
Wait, so it's who we want to get a spinoff? Like what?
Like what show? I guess I'll go first, for example. Like The Boys from Amazon.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see multiple spinoff shows, like detailing each superhero. And then The Witcher from Netflix. I would love to see multiple Witcher series.
So both of those series have been greenlit for.
Yeah, just saying that there's going to be a Boys spinoff. And
well, then I'm satisfied.
So. Wow, this is a tough question.
Because a lot of the ones I want, they already are doing. So
well, for me, like, I mean, I don't know if it would ruin the show. Like, obviously, The Office is a good one. Like, if they did a spinoff. You know, I like Drake and Josh. If they did a spinoff of Drake and Josh, that'd be pretty cool. Unlikely, but it'd be cool. I don't know.
Wow. There's a few, like in the spirit of today's, and I actually have a topic we'll move into after this, but in the spirit of today's release of Godzilla versus Kong, that'd be cool to get some more Titan, like a show or something. I don't know. Could be neat. I don't think those movies are like great by any means, or at least not all of them are. but that could be cool. It's hard because, you know, like Star Wars and Marvel are like my thing and they're already going there with those.
Yeah.
But maybe some DC stuff, which I'm sure they're also already doing. So I'm a pretty happy camper where I'm at right now. I got to really think. You know what? I got one. Lord of the Rings. Big Lord of the Rings fan. I want to see Lord of the Rings series. I want to see that Middle-earth stuff. Lord of the Rings. There's my answer.
Okay.
You guys ever see those movies? Those movies are great.
Long time ago. Don't remember.
Me too.
I have the
Joe.
completed series actually somewhere around here.
I have the complete series too, and we're all gonna watch it together sometime. Those things are like 2.5 hours each, but you know we're watching all three because those movies are awesome.
Yeah. I did see Benedict Cumberbatch actually act out being Schmeagol, I think it is. But and it is horrific.
He was a dragon in the Hobbit movies.
He was a dragon.
The dedication you have to act in a mocap suit is just props to him. Because
never mind act against a mocap suit, like as like the other actors. Yeah.
When someone's like in this gray like onesie with balls sticking out of it and acting like this monster, and someone has to act like afraid. I mean, wow, that's acting.
Did you guys see Leonardo DiCaprio on The Revenant? When he's with the bear, he had to pet a guy in a green suit. He had to pet his head. And it just
well, there was stuff like that for Call of the Wild too. With Harrison Ford.
It's crazy how Hollywood works.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead, Matt. Let's see.
No, I mean I don't really have one.
We're really getting everything we want. We're getting some good stuff. Some good spin-offs, some good cinematic universes.
The only thing I think of is like, I mean, I'm a big like biopic guy. So like Bohemian Rhapsody, love that movie. I think it'd be cool to have like a lot more series like dedicated to like real life people or like musicians.
Yeah. Have you seen Dirt? Or The Dirt?
The Dirt, like the presentation we just had, or? No,
it's a documentary on Motley Crue.
No, I have not.
It's on Netflix. It is phenomenal. A little bit explicit, I gotta say, because it's Motley Crue, but it is phenomenal.
All right, I'll have to check that out.
Today, Godzilla vs. Kong comes out. Now, in all of the advertisement, one will fall, one will fall. Who's falling, boys? Who's falling? Who's going down?
They're gonna do some stupid thing where they don't both die so they can make more movies.
I heard that there is a clear winner. I was just scrolling through today and it was like
there is a clear winner. And it just one of them will fall. Winner.
Yeah. I think I would like to see
one will fall.
Godzilla one. Just I don't know why.
Yeah, me too.
But I think Kong's gonna win.
All right, I'll explain. Godzilla is a giant monster that has atomic breath. And King Kong is a big monkey. There's no reason that King Kong should win, but he's going to. I think agree. King Kong's going to win because he's the underdog and because the way the trailers make it look, he's like the protagonist. But Godzilla 100% should be able to take him. And I think... Go ahead, Joe. I want to hear what you think. Who's winning?
So I saw TikTok, and then someone like brought up the science of how King Kong could win, and like I guess because I don't know, I haven't even seen like any of the other Godzillas, but because of the radiation that Godzilla has, it makes it easier for Kong to win or something. I don't know. Long story short, he gave like a scientific explanation of why Kong would actually like win or something, but. I don't know.
Right. Well, the arguments I've are that like monkeys are like kind of smart or whatever, so like he can actually like use tools and stuff like that, where Godzilla is just more of like an animal monster. What do you think, Aaron? Who's winning?
I mean, I'm not really a big fan of like these like 1 versus 1 movies. But if I had to pick a winner, I gotta say they're gonna go with the underdog story to get the emotions up. You're not just gonna have like one person dominate the whole time and then just like waste your time with the movie. They're gonna build up a story around it and like So I definitely think like everyone's like, oh, it's a big freaking dinosaur monster thingy, and like he's like the most powerful one. So Kong is gonna win because they want to go for some story.
Yeah, and we know the big robot Godzilla's in here too.
We do.
So maybe he like kills him. Yeah, he's gonna be in it.
Oh, then they're both. That's the one that's gonna fall out. They're gonna both team up, kill this thing, and then they're gonna walk off into the sunset. They'll go to Malibu.
But the only way I can justify like the robot one, I forget what it's called, is Mega Godzilla. Like, is if Godzilla actually wins, and then they bring that in to take him down.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
But
too.
then they kill everyone, and the franchise is over. So I don't think they're going to do that.
Why wouldn't they make Mecha Kong if Kong was the one that's still around?
Wait,
Right.
so there's like a robot Godzilla too?
Yeah, the humans make a big robot Godzilla to fight Godzilla.
And it just like kills Godzilla. That's
We don't know.
I
We
guess.
haven't seen
You know what? I'm just gonna say the Earth is gonna blow up, and everybody is gonna go with it. So
I think they're gonna
that's
kill
my
one of them, and it's gonna be like a Batman v Superman situation where like one of them does die, but then like they'll bring him back in like the next movie or whatever, or it'll be like his like Godzilla's son, like at the end like an egg will hatch or some shit.
Godzilla's son.
You just hear the little.
He's a Scylla.
Yeah, the egg hatches. You see it like cracking open at the end.
Exit.
All right, we can move on to the next topic. But
I have a topic for you guys. So I was just thinking about this earlier today. Like, we're all about to graduate high school, entering adulthood or whatever. Do you guys like feel like you're maturing? Like, do you feel like you're getting older? Do you like, are you rushing towards that? Are you trying to cling on to your childhood, or can you naturally feel yourself like getting up there?
I mean, there's a point where you do have nostalgia. It's like, oh, I'm no longer a kid anymore. We're not like making up like stories in someone's backyard and like doing all like the fun kid stuff anymore. But also, I feel like with every change, you need to kind of welcome it and you need to kind of look forward to it because it's inevitable. You're gonna get older. It's gonna happen. So for me, I'm not too sad that I'm leaving high school because I'm excited for my next chapter. That's what I would answer.
Yeah, I'm in the same thing. Like, what the future, like, I'm excited for my future, so I think that makes it better. Whereas, like, if I didn't have, like, big plans after high school, I think it'd be harder to, like, move away from this chapter, I guess. I'm more excited. So, like, I think I'm better off, going towards the future. I'm not, like, I am nostalgic of the past, but I'm not, like, dwelling on it.
yeah. I think like the excitement has just overwhelmed any fear or sorrow or anything else that comes with moving on. I'm just so excited. I saw, I got a video the other day from my college just giving a tour of the freshman housing building. And I'm seeing the dorms and I'm like, wow, like this is where I'm going to live. But I honestly don't think that reality has hit me yet, that I'm not going to be seeing my parents every day. I'm not going to be seeing my sister. I'm not going to be seeing my dog every day, Like, I don't think that's hit me yet. And even though I'm, like, as I'm saying it right now, I still, like, don't think that the reality of that has quite, like, sunk in. Or even that I'm not going to be able to see my friends every week. It's going to – I see you guys every week in some way or another. And, like, the reality of that hasn't really sunk in. And I hope it does before I go because I don't want to arrive there and be like, well – damn, like I miss all my friends and family like a lot. And I'm sure I will anyways, but that hasn't like hit me yet in the way that I'm like worried about it,
Yeah.
Like I'm still like, oh, that's later, but I'm super excited to get there. When it comes to feeling like I've become an adult, I definitely do. There's times when, I've like taken a nap or gone to sleep, and if I don't wake up, I'll miss my class or I'll miss work, So like stuff like that, and just like paying like taxes and pumping gas and doing adult things and
See, our English teacher, Miss Tomlin, she put it in the best way possible. So like when you graduate, the realization doesn't hit you then. It's when your first friend goes off to college, and like that's like when they leave and they're gone and they're not there to hang out anymore. Like that's when it'll really set in. So Matt, I'll answer your question when that happens. But
No more imperial assault.
no.
Single tier.
Anyway, answer your own question, Matt.
I mean, yeah, like everything you guys said, I'm excited for it. But I mean, like, like Derek said, we have like things we have to do that we didn't have to do before. And also like, I've always felt like there's a 6-year-old living inside of me. And like nowadays when I get home, I'm like, oh, what's going on in the news today? And like, I actually like scroll through and I'll watch like CNN and I'll look out for like, I read now. Like I do things that like I never would have, that I picture old people doing that, I do now. So yeah.
Do you guys plan to like leave Abington when you guys like eventually get like a job and things like that?
Idea.
So when I get a job, yes, I do plan to have a job in Boston. But I mean, I don't know if I have the opportunity to live here at a lower cost, then I would. So I'm not saying I would, I'm not saying I wouldn't. It's really not really a good answer to your question, but wherever life takes me at this point, basically.
Yeah, it depends where I have to work. That's what it's all about. Wherever I can find work, that's where I'll be going.
Yeah.
But I want to circle back to your question, Matt, because it's like the feeling of like being mature enough. I feel like I'm definitely mature enough. I'm definitely, because I feel like I didn't really answer your question too well. But I feel like I'm mature enough to take on like the challenges of like what's ahead. But I mean, I don't really hold, because I see people who kind of live in the past a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's inevitable. Like some people do, like they hold on to like their high school experience, and like I just don't really want to end up like that. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just ready. But that's all I got for you guys today.
Yeah, no, I feel that I'm ready to move on from high school. This year hasn't treated us perfectly or very well, so it'll be nice to move on to the summer. So
it has helped us though, kind of get us out the door. Like there's nothing keeping me back.
Yeah, that's true. There's at least I'm not like, oh no, like I don't want to leave high school. At least I'm like, all right, let's like get out of here, Like,
yeah. It's like right now, it's like we were going out the door and someone slammed the door on our foot, and now we're like, can you please just let me out now?
Yeah, right. Yeah, like after you say like goodbye to someone, but then for like whatever reason you have to like talk to them again real quick.
Yeah.
Like, oh, can you like unlock the car or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, or like, oh, I left like my toothbrush in your house. It's like after like a long goodbye when you have to like talk to someone again.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it like feels like. Yeah.
And even though we have like some of these things to look forward to, like, oh, we're getting a promception, we're getting like, I don't think we're gonna have the parade this year. I know like everybody's trying. But no matter how hard they try to make this event good, it's not going to be the same as
they did it last year and it was fine.
No, I thought we were going to have the parade.
Like the car parade that they did last year?
Yeah, I heard they might not have that this year.
Why would they do it?
Because people complained about how it was such a disruption to their life.
Who did that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
The residents of Abington?
I don't buy that. Look, if you've been watching all these episodes, you know how we feel about this, all right? Just suck it up for a little bit. All right. How long is it? 2 hours, 3 hours? You can deal with it. Put on some headphones.
That's ridiculous. Is that true, Aaron?
That's what I was talking to one of the people in the student council. There we go. I was talking to someone in the student council, and they said that it might not happen because they got a lot of like disruption reports.
Well, they're the student council, not the town council, so they should consider us before these other people who are complaining that seniors are whatever.
All right, hold on. My question is, like, they did this like last year, the year when nothing was going on.
Yeah.
When everyone was locked inside to do nothing, and they didn't get a little bit of excitement from this big ass parade going by.
I can't answer your question, but that's all I've heard. It might not happen.
I mean, there was a lot of traffic, but I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
That's so annoying to me, to be honest, that people are complaining about that.
they just got nothing better to do. I mean, everyone's back to work, but at the same time, it's like after work, what do? Just complain. So.
Right, but that like really goes to show, like really, it's senior year. Like, come on, let us have this. Parade looks awesome.
Yeah, but that's I can tell you for now. But it's not. Yeah, but still, like all these events, like they're still not going to keep me. It's still going to make me like, oh dang, I'm really missing out on this year.
Yeah, no. If I could have today as my last day of school and I'm just done with high school, but I don't get to do any of the events, I'd do it.
Me too.
I would 100% skip the next 2 months if that also meant skipping the events. I wouldn't even like think twice about it.
Yeah, I'm so ready to just like move on. Like it's like between like just all the remote work and the stuff, like I'm just so done with like school and stuff like that at this point. It's just
I want to get someone's opinion who actually does want to leave, who actually is like apprehensive on leaving, because I feel like not just us, but like a lot of people in our grade are just like, yeah, get me out of here. So I don't know like what's holding other people back. Maybe we need to do that. Maybe we need to get somebody on next week and we need to grill them, be like, why do you want to stay? And they can answer us.
But what if they drag us in with them and now we don't want to go?
I don't know. I feel like it's pretty hard to change my mind.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty stubborn guy, so.
I am looking forward to these events though, since I am experiencing them. I hope, since they're there, I hope they are fun, and I hope we do get to do the parade. And I hope we don't bother the townspeople too much, but whatever.
All right. I think that concludes episode 14 of the Senioritis podcast. Tune in next week for a brand new episode.